looking for the one and only Bob Kelly.
This is Bob Kelly. What's happening, man?
Round of applause. Okay. We finally got Bob on the show.
Welcome to Ham Radio.
How are you, sir? This is actually the second time that Bob Kelly was on our show, Joe. Did you know that?
Oh, no, I didn't know
when we were on Goom Radio.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bob Kelly was on our show before.
He's one of the that never died.
Yes. Bob.
An old timer.
Bob, first off and foremost.
I feel bad that I'm in a car and I sound like shit.
No, you don't sound bad. You sound good.
Yeah.
Oh, can I swear? Is it okay to swear?
Yeah, don't. Whatever you do, don't say fuck, shit, twat, cunt, none of that.
And no N-words.
And don't use the N-word because we get very upset. Like nincompoop, neighbor, we don't like any of that.
Niceties.
Niceties, none of that shit. So Bob Kelly, by the way, the co-host of the Bonfire on SiriusXM, right there on Faction Talk. Bob, first off, how did that happen? Because I know that I know you from back in the day on the Opie and Anthony show, Jim and Sam, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. How did you transition into the hosting duties on the Bonfire?
Dude, I guess it was like a year in the making because Dan, I guess, wanted out. He was going to go do his own thing, blah, blah, blah. Jay had mentioned it to me. He was like, would you ever do the Bonfire with me? And I was like, fucking dude, I'll do anything with you, Jay. I love Jay.
Yeah. Big Jay Okerson, by the way, for everyone playing at home. Big Jay Okerson.
Yeah, he's the best. So I was like, I'll do anything with you, of course. But then I truly was like, that's never going to happen because Jay and Dan, they're so good together. It's like, you got it, guys. You got lightning in a bottle. You guys do this thing together. And it may be like a thing where, maybe negotiations or whatever. And that was it. But Dan really, he's just done. He just wanted to go. And it got down to it. And, it happened. It happened in like 2 weeks. Really. Like, it became real in 2 weeks. And Jay was finally like, listen, here's an offer. I didn't even have an agent. I didn't even do anything. I just went through my lawyer. That's how fast it happened. Yeah, Jay was like, this is the thing. I was like, all right. And, I was like, I'll do it. Jay wanted to keep the Bonfire going. And he was like, me and you, you're probably the best fit for it. I think it was up me and Joe DeRosa, which would have been a great show too. But Joe would have quit fucking 10 weeks in.
He would have quit halfway through. It would have been not as good because it would have been then just the Big Jay Okerson show. And it would have stopped being the Bonfire, which is what they created.
Yeah, I think Jay didn't want to do that. Jay wanted the Bonfire to keep going. And you know what? I was like, fuck it. I'll do it. And it was, I'm having a blast. I know people are bummed out that Dan's not there. But when people say shit, I'm like, I get it. I'm fucking 100%. I told Dan to stay. I was like, dude, you shouldn't leave. You should stay.
But Bob Kelly was trying to talk himself out of a job.
Yeah, look, man, Dan and Jay were. I really enjoyed that show. It was almost like I was a fan of them. So it was like, but me and Jay are kind of getting our vibe now. We have our own thing that we're doing, and I'm having a blast. I'm just psyched. I've been coming to Sirius for fucking almost 20 years, and I've always had to check in at that front desk, and it bothered me.
Exactly.
Now I can just, I can use my pass.
Yeah, but as I say, you're part of now the SiriusXM family. You have your pass, you have your ID. You get to walk right in. A lot of people would fucking beg, steal, borrow, and kill for that. And it only took you 20 years, so congratulations.
There you go.
Good job on that.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I achieved my goals 20 years down the road. I'm 52, pre-diabetic. Fantastic.
Well, see, but by the way, I have to say this. Bob Kelly, way less fat. Bob Kelly lost a shit ton of weight.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's funny. You can't say I'm in shape, but I'm just way less fat.
Hey, round is a shape. I don't give a shit what anyone tells you. Round is a shape.
That's true.
Dude. Yes, I'm very happy that I can see my dick again.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
Yeah, I'll show you my dick now.
Feel free. I have your phone. You can send me a dick pic. I don't give a shit. I know that Calta sends you dick pics all the time. So what the hell's the difference? I'll feel honored.
Did it get bigger when you lost weight?
Of course it did.
Calta sends me the same dick pic
every day, right?
Probably once or twice a month. He sends it a lot, and it comes up on my fucking phone. And my phone is connected to my Alexa. My Alexa is connected to my TV. And one day we were sitting there, and my kid's on his iPad, and I look up. My wife's cooking dinner. She goes, "What the fuck is that?" And it was just Calta's big Staten Island shiny hog on my TV.
And that's the thing. Calta, by the way, this is the whole weird. My worlds are merging. Mm-hmm. Mike Calta, who we talk about a lot on this show because I look up to Mike Calta. Mike Calta from the Mike Calta Show, 102.5 The Bone, SiriusXM. Also a Staten Islander just like me, but he actually made a success out of his life. And has a hot wife, 2 great kids. He's done a lot of stuff in Tampa. He's living the high life. He's doing all the good stuff. But this, on the phone right now, Bob Kelly, is Mike Calta's #1 best friend. So all my worlds are merging now. My SiriusXM world, my terrestrial radio, icons that I look up to, everything's merging into one thing. And it was weird because when I met Bob Kelly in real life, as opposed to like just talking to him on a phone or watching him in the countless movies he's been in on and television stuff and all that kind of stuff, it's weird because now I actually know Bob Kelly. So I know for a fact when I first started, I was definitely probably like fucking being annoying because I was like, oh shit, Bob Kelly, holy crap. And then now it's like, now we're like greeting each other with, doing the man hug. We're fucking actually saying hi to each other now. Now it's like a real thing.
Yeah, dude, we're coworkers now.
I know, it's weird, right? That's fucking weird, but cool, but weird. It is
a fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's weird working. It's weird. It is fucking weird working at Sirius. I mean, it's weird to have, dude. This is like my first job since I started comedy professionally. Like, I have to be at Sirius on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. It's weird to have that responsibility because, dude, I've been a comic for 30 years. And, I don't have to do shit.
Exactly.
And now I'm a corporate man. It is whack.
Exactly, and it's not even like Bob, by the way, if anyone's paying attention, Bob Kelly has not stopped touring. He's still being a stand-up comic. He's got a special out, Killbox, right now. You can get it on Louis C.K.'s site. It's $10 to get it. It's a real special, and yet again, the world's merging. The guy that opens up his band, Pitbull Toddler, Mike Calta's band, brings Bob onto stage. So it's like everything is a little coming full circle.
That's so funny. When we were doing it in Tampa, I told Louis, I go, I want to have my friend's band open the show. I was like, I can't not have Calta involved in my special if I'm in Tampa. And he was like, what? Well, you want to have a band? And, Louis, he's in another universe. He's not, he doesn't know what a fucking... And he's like, a radio guy? I'm like, no, it's my friend. So I remember when we did the thing and they opened on Calta and they do this shit, and then when he sent me the first edit, they cut Calta out of the fucking. it was just Galvin on drums and Pete on guitar, who I love, but it was just on them. Because Calta plays bass. When you're editing something, who gives a fuck about the bass player?
The bass player always in the back.
I had to say, listen, man, you need to re-edit this. That's my #1 best friend. He goes, the radio guy? I go, he's not a radio guy. That's Mike Calta, and he's one of my closest friend. I love him, and it needs to open on him. It's the whole thing. So he's like, okay, all right, I get it. I'm sorry.
I didn't know he sent you dick pics. All right, I'm sorry. Jesus. For Christ's sake, we'll make it happen.
He has a nice dick, too. It's actually shiny. It's weird.
I will tell Mike later that Bob said you had a nice dick. I mean, I don't look. I always think that Mike feel like I feel weird because it was through the what happened was with me and Mike was first Jim Kerr, who trained me in radio, right? Met Mike Calta in Ireland when Mike went to do St. Patrick's Day shit, right? So, like, Mike knew, because he's a Staten Island guy, I'm a Staten Island guy, so he knew of the legend of Jim Kerr. They struck up a friendship. So, by proxy, because I was on the show at the time, boom, 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 I get, at least I'm known in that universe. Then it became a whole thing where I started to talk to Mike because, fellow Staten Islanders, in radio, I'm trying to bust my ass. He's already an accomplished big name and everything. And it's weird because, I have Mike's number. I have, we talk, periodically. I talked to his wife, Amanda, the other day, Joe, when that shit was going on in Union Square.
Oh, yeah.
I was, because they were in New York. Mm-hmm. I was, talking to Amanda, making sure that they weren't around over there.
Yes, they were.
Because she's like, no, we're back in Jersey, but thank you for asking because, it got scary. The son wanted to go to that fucking thing when he was giving away the PS5s. So it became, this whole thing. And I'm like, I feel weird sometimes because, I talk to Mike periodically, but, I listen to him every day. So I do feel, and he's been on our show, too, I do feel like I know him more than I think I know him. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas Bob Kelly actually knows him. Bob Kelly goes on vacations with the guy. Oh, okay. He sees his dick. He knows him a lot more. Yeah,
that's close.
Exactly.
I've seen his dick. I've seen his dick a few times, a lot of times.
Boy,
I actually.
Probably more than
I'll send you the picture of his cock if you want it.
No, I'm not that much of a fanboy, but
Dude, you'd have to see it because it's weirdly shiny. I don't know why it's shiny.
It's weirdly shiny.
He fucking you don't see his stomach. Being a chubby guy, it's hard to take a good dick pic.
Tell me about it. I know. Yeah,
I use a mirror,
and I don't know. It might not be his dick. Now that I'm thinking about it,
it's black. I mean, it is black, but we don't know. Mike is a Sicilian, so it's a possibility. The best thing was though, because when you're doing research, Joe, for this,
sure,
because by the way, I was if you're getting out of the car, I'll tell the story. You can get out if you want. You take the luggage, and I'll tell the story. I'm watching Bob Kelly, Mike Calta, and Bert Kreischer on Something's Burning because Bert has a cooking show where he brings people in and they have the. I've never laughed so hard in my fucking life.
Oh, really?
It is, dude. You see them actually acting like friends because they're all fucking friends. To the point where I've never laughed so hard because there was a part in there where Bobby tells Mike to tell Bert what he got him for Christmas, and Mike couldn't remember what the fuck Bobby got him. And the disgust,
made me angry.
Yeah, the disgust that was flowing out of Bobby when he's like, "Are you fucking shitting me?" He's like, "I spent good money on this." It was hysterical. Then Bert's telling a story about how back in when he was Cowhead, when Mike was Cowhead, literally they had a contest where Bert, Bobby, and Mike got behind a screen and just put their dicks through this thing, and the wives had to come by and feel the dicks and know who, is that my husband or not my husband?
Yeah.
And Amanda, who is Mike's wife, Mike, when she went in and grabbed, she goes, that's Bert's dick.
I didn't know.
Well, remember, I told you, we saw Bert from behind.
Okay.
Remember I showed the picture here? Bert has a giant hog.
Okay.
He has a giant penis. Yeah. And it's
yeah, he does.
Yeah, that he does. See.
Lucky him.
First off, Bob Kelly has seen way too many dicks in this scenario.
Sure.
Just want to bring this up.
Poor guy.
Yeah. He sees Mike's all the time and knows that Bert has a huge one. So that's pretty weird.
They tried to do that with me once at one of Mike's, when he does the cruise. He does the land cruise the night before.
Yeah.
And I got a grower, not a shower.
Oh, join the club, buddy. I know. Yeah. Don't worry, you got a kid. You're doing well.
There's
Don't worry
no
about
way
it.
I would do that.
You got a hot wife. You got a kid. You're doing fine.
I just don't want my friend's wife to
have a
feel
grab.
my little. I don't want her to feel my little pud.
Yeah.
Criticize my.
Well, that's the thing. Amanda's really hot. I've told Mike knows. Mike gets told this all the time. Mike's wife is incredibly hot. So, if you have a grower, not a shower, and she's grabbing grabbing your little fun bag down there. I mean, it's not the same. You know what I mean? Like you want her to go, wow, that's Bobby, but in a good way. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to go, that's Bobby, like that. You don't want that fucking phrase.
Yeah. It makes me sad that I can't play like dick games.
Oh, join the club, dude. And it's weird because but have you in your life? Because I know that you've had a very weird sexual renaissance in your days. Like you've had weren't you taken into the bushes by some fat chick? If I remember, I'm trying to remember the story when you were like young.
Yeah, I got fucking molested by a fat chick when I was young.
Yeah, so I mean, he's seen his fair share of every body part.
Oh, it's a shame. How old?
Yeah, her name was the Blouse.
The Blouse. And you were like, what were you, 5 or 6, something like that, right?
Well, that's too young.
No, I don't know what I was young. I was young, and I was raised Irish Catholic, so I remember crying that night because I thought God was going to kill me. Because someone touched my penis and I licked a boob.
He licked a boob.
You know?
Robert,
I licked a
you
big
have
fat
sinned.
tit in the bush.
Yeah, you licked your boob and her bush.
No, she touched my ding-a-ling and I sucked her big fat tit in the bush.
Oh, that sounds nice though. See, I'm okay with that.
It's nice now, but I mean, if you look at it. I mean, I was definitely.
Oh yeah, you were totally molested. Yeah,
absolutely. 5 years old.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, that's like
100%.
Yeah. Well, that's like Ricky on our show.
I would be so mad. I'd be so mad if I saw a fat chick take my son into the bush. I would fucking. Oh no,
murder her. You'd fucking murder her. Yeah, but yeah, obviously each person has their own molestation. Do's and don'ts.
No, I had sex with
Isn't that sad that?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I had sex with an older woman when I was 14, but I thought I was getting over it.
Our resident old guy in the back, Joe, is saying that he had sex when he was a kid with a how old was she?
She had to be in the 30s. 30s.
And how old were you though?
14.
He was 14 and she was in her 30s.
Yeah, but I thought I was getting over. Right?
That's
I was 14.
Yeah, you're 14. You're like
illegal.
Yeah, you're having fun.
Yeah, maybe like statutory rape.
But back in the 80s and 90s, for some reason, molestation was not like against the law.
It was different.
No, it was It was totally different. It was I mean, they even had
women.
They even had like after school specials starring Bob Kelly and stuff. But it still you didn't learn. I mean, what did they say? They normally said if you got touched. And you didn't like it, it's wrong. Bob Kelly was the one sucking on the titty. He was enjoying it.
Oh, we were kids
No,
in high
I didn't
school.
like it. I actually did. I felt like shit. Like, I really didn't like... She was telling me to do it. And I was like, okay. I guess. I remember just being uncomfortable and sad because God hated me.
I don't mean to laugh at your molestation, but God didn't hate you. Don't worry, you were fine.
Maybe a little bit.
You turned out pretty good though. Everything's fine.
I mean, it turned out all right.
Yeah, you turned out all right. In the end,
I have a lot of sex. Yeah, it took me 52 years to get my sexual shit under control.
There you go.
And for a long time I liked butt play, but yeah, it turned out good.
Tell me, Bob, you like older women? Is that what it is?
Do you like older women, Bobby?
Oh, yeah, I like a nice cancer freckled chest.
There you go.
That's good stuff. I like to play Connect the Dots, too. I like it. Enjoy it. What is your...
I like... I like tan lines.
Yeah.
You know, like that 1980s porn when they had the tan lines from the bikini.
Stretch marks.
Yeah, just a white triangle on each tit.
I love that.
He's the jerk off to the Coppertone Kid.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
No.
Billy's hiding.
Billy's totally hiding.
I'm not hiding.
Yeah, I like a chick with roots. I like her roots coming back.
Yeah.
There you go. You don't give a shit. You want the natural
dye job.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's it. You see, you're a good man, Bob Kelly. You're a good man.
That's right.
Couple of things I also learned about Bob Kelly, besides that he's a cigar aficionado like me.
Oh, really?
Which, by the way, what's your favorite cigar?
Right now, it's the Foundation Olmec, and it's forever has been the Gran Cajone by Tatuaje and the J21 by Tatuaje.
Oh.
Nice. And you have it now in that shed. Do you have like a humidor in there, or do you have? I imagine that
No, my humidor. I have around 700 cigars in my humidor.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Okay.
I got a standing English humidor because I'm a fucking dirty addict, and when I just got into it, so I have, and a lot of fans give me stuff too, which is great.
That's good.
But yeah, I have a lot of cigars. But I have the cigars that I love are on one shelf. Then I have cigars people gave me on another shelf. Then I have my Cubans on one other shelf, and my really high-end cigars. And then there's the shelf of just misfit horseshit that if you come to my house and you tell me, oh, I don't smoke cigars, but I'll smoke one, that's the shelf you get.
Okay. You don't know about any better.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, one time I'd like to actually smoke cigars with you.
Yeah, dude, I'll fucking smoke a cigar. I went to Soho Cigar last night. Where are you? Are you in Staten Island now?
Yes, we're in Staten Island right this very second.
So you had to take a ferry home today?
Not today, but normally, yeah. Well, either a ferry or I take the express bus because I'm a fat asshole that likes to be,
comfortable.
What's the express bus? What the fuck is that?
The express bus. They take there's buses that take you in and out of Manhattan.
Right.
Yeah.
They're nice.
Where do you get the express bus?
On that one, you have to. The one I take is right across from St. Pat's.
So there's just a bus that goes right. Does it stop every 5 feet?
Not every 5 feet, it's like every 10 feet. But it's when you get to the island. Yeah, when you get to the island, though, it drives through Brooklyn. It goes from Manhattan to Brooklyn to Staten Island, but it doesn't stop in Manhattan to Brooklyn.
So what you get at St. Patrick's, and it takes you right to fucking Staten Island, no stops.
No, there's a couple. They got to fill up the bus, but there's a couple of stops, but you're in a nice, comfy chair. There's air conditioning. You can plug your phone in, plug your iPad in, or whatever the hell you want. And it's totally, you can fall asleep if you really want to.
Is it still $5 or it went up?
No, it's like 6 something now.
6 something.
Yeah.
I dated a chick. I met this smoking hot chick that lived in Staten Island. I went. I remember. I was like, I want to come see her. She's like, I'm in Staten Island. I was like, how do I get there? She's like, take the ferry. I remember I had to take the ferry, and then I had to take some fucking dumb bus from the ferry. And I really liked this girl. She was smoking hot, and I never saw her again because I was like, I'm not taking a boat to get pussy.
I know. Staten Island is not a travel-friendly borough.
No,
you don't have a car.
But when you're taking a boat for pussy, you feel like a pirate.
Yeah.
Well,
it just fucking annoyed me.
Yeah.
That I was on this ferry where I could get a sandwich.
Sandwich, a beer.
Sense. It's like, fuck.
That's what you should have taken.
I don't like that.
Yeah, you can get a dirty water dog and hepatitis. Everything. We have everything on the ferry.
That's true. You throw up over the side.
Yeah.
I mean, she was fine. Not that fine.
No,
I will say this. Staten Island has the hottest chicks.
You think so?
Oh, well, thank you.
I'm telling you right now.
I think it was Brooklyn.
Wait,
Brooklyn.
It's hard to hear him.
Yeah, he's very old and whiny.
Yeah, no,
he said he thinks it's Brooklyn.
Brooklyn has the hottest chicks, but that's opinion. You know,
Nah.
I mean, there's some nice chicks here too.
Well,
I like Brooklyn, but Staten Island has a fucking, I don't know, man. It's just fucking hot Italian chicks, man.
Yeah, that we do. We have a plethora of hot Italian chicks. That's true.
That's true. Brooklyn has variety. There's a lot of different,
Brooklyn, you're dabbling into the Jews, the Russians, the Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, Spanish chicks are gorgeous.
A lot here is very Italian, very Itai over here.
It's
that's changing.
What do they call it? Whitelandia.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad that you at least did you bang the chick from Staten Island at least once?
Oh yeah, dude. I'm not fucking taking a boat and not getting it in there.
There
Yeah,
you go.
time.
Thank God.
Yeah,
I started getting worried about Bob Kelly.
Yeah.
And
I lived on 97th and Lex, so that was like fucking going into Hampshire.
Really? You take a plane.
Oh, that's horrible, Bob.
Yeah.
It was like a day. It sucked.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even stay over. So I had to take a bus back to that stupid ferry.
I got jet lag from the ferry. Yeah.
Oh, see, at least she should have let you sleep over. What the fuck?
Nah, I didn't want to sleep over. I think she had a Puerto Rican boyfriend.
Oh.
She was a little nervous.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I was like, I'm not getting my ass beat in Staten Island.
No, you don't want that.
Because then you got to take a ferry to the ambulance and then to the hospital.
Well, they got a lot of woods here. You can
that would suck. Just to be stuck on Staten Island with just a broken face.
Yeah.
What happened? I took the ferry. I took the ferry and now I'm fucking my face is broken.
Didn't Pete Davidson buy one of the ferries?
Yeah, him and Colin Jost there from SNL bought a ferry. They're supposed to be they still supposedly own it. They were going to refurbish it and make it into like a floating nightclub.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I thought it was a restaurant.
What are they going to do with it?
They supposedly make it into a restaurant / nightclub kind of thing that goes out, I guess, from the ferry dock, I guess.
Could they go out past the 3 mile limit?
So is it for just Staten Island people? Or does it pick people up in New York?
That I don't know yet. They didn't do it yet. They talked. First off, Pete Davidson's always high. So he usually has these ideas, and then he never follows through. So we don't know what the hell is actually going to happen with this ferry yet. It's still like in the planning stages as far as I can see.
So he just owns a fucking Staten Island ferry.
Yeah, it's good to be fucking rich. Him and Colin own it. Yeah.
I wonder how much I bet it's not that much. I bet it was only like maybe $400,000 for that thing.
It depends on which one. If it was
pretty expensive.
If it was one of the good rat-infested ones, maybe.
Yeah, the one ready to sink.
Yeah.
Dude, if I had one of those ferries, I would live on it. I would make it my apartment.
I said the same thing. I turned that shit into a giant houseboat.
Yeah, they're big.
That's what I would do. Yeah. By the way,
great if you could just take your house to the city.
I'm parking my house. Leave me the fuck alone.
That would be a problem. Where are you going to park that day?
Well, then you go back and then what Bobby here could do, what Robert could do is go get that same chick and then bring her to his houseboat.
There you go.
And then bring her back and forth. It's easier. Then he'd kick her off at the ferry terminal. He's not taking her home. Get out. And have a good day.
That chick's got to be like 58 right now.
Oh. Well, besides the fact that you're married, no fucking the 58-year-old. We got it.
Yeah, there's no way that she has out of leukemia.
Okay.
RobertKellyLive.com, by the way. Tour dates up as we got September 15th. He's going to be in Arizona. September 23rd, Rutherford, New Jersey. Las Vegas on the 29th. Through Sunday, the October 1st. There's a ton of dates on there. Check it out for you if you want to check out everything about Robert Kelly.
Cool.
Also, just right before we go, because I know we got to wrap this up, because I know I'm going to have people up my ass because I got to take a commercial. I want to talk to you about two things. One, your love of Dom DeLuise, because I agree with you on that.
Great.
Yes.
Yes. Just to entice him.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send a picture.
Well, we lost Bobby. Hold on, Bobby, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, we lost you.
I'm right here.
Yeah, you were gonna send him what?
I'm gonna send a picture of Calta's dick and say it's your dick.
Oh, all right.
That'll do.
That'll work. Whatever makes it happy. Whatever makes him happy. No, because we literally.
Yeah.
Good.
This is like doing a podcast or a radio show on a CB radio. Over.
Over. Come in, Bob Kelly. Over. 10-4.
Breaker ham.
Breaker.
Radio.
1-9.
Dude, Dom DeLuise is to me one of the funniest comedic actors ever
and
to
I
fucking
agree. I agree.
He's just. I mean, dude. His vulnerability. You know, his crying, and I mean, dude. Him and Burt Reynolds. Him by himself. The movie Fatso is my favorite movie of all time.
Classic.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I want to fucking remake that movie so bad.
Yeah, but see, you lost all the weight now.
I would get fat again just to make that movie.
Do you think Anne Bancroft? Do you think Anne Bancroft was influenced by Mel Brooks when she made that movie? Because I feel a lot of Mel Brooks humor in that movie.
It's possible.
Say that again.
He said, "You think that Anne Bancroft was influenced by Mel Brooks since they were together when they made that movie?"
Now that movie, first of all, Anne Bancroft, Louise and her were related.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
That movie was about their family that lived in the West Village.
Wow.
That movie. They were. I think that was his cousin, or I don't know. That was about their family.
His cousin Sal. Sal.
So yeah, that whole thing was about pretty much their like real Italian family in the West Village of New York, the way they grew up,
absolutely.
how food was.
I identify with that. Every scene in that movie is like so authentic.
That's because you're a fat Italian.
We're fat Italians.
Absolutely,
but that's the way it was.
Yeah.
You know.
That's the way it told.
The opening scene.
Oh, when he's setting up.
Scene where the fat cousin died,
that's
the tuba player, and he's crying. She goes, "Go get your grandmother some water." And he goes in the kitchen and he's stirring the sauce, and then he takes the bread and he dips it in the sauce. He's crying and he's just unconsolable, and then he sprinkles cheese on top of this bread, and then he takes a bite of the sauce bread with cheese. And it all goes away.
All goes away, right? It's so true. It's so classic.
Classic fucking movie.
Yeah, well, it really is.
On that note, I do have to say thank you, Bob Kelly, for being on the program. I got to take a break. We love you. It's a pleasure and an honor to work with you, sir. Honestly, really. I hope to do some stuff with you in the future. You and the whole connection.
Absolutely, buddy.
All right, man.
Yeah, buddy. It's good to see you. I'm glad I got on the show. I'll see you guys later.
All right, man. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause. Robert Kelly.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bobby.